Okay, we got Jamari talking about the Drake situation. The destruction of Drake is a crazy title, bro.
So over the last week, or really the last couple of days, we have finally gotten the battle we have been wanting for the greater part of the last 2 decades. The best true-to-form rapper versus the biggest pop star of our generation. The beef has actually pushed Drake into a very tough position. I'm talking about people in clubs booing when his music comes on. And now the whole internet is clowning him and dancing to him being called a creeper. Even the biggest Drake stans in the world would have to admit this damaged his reputation like a big dirty smudge on a brand new Pro Club t-shirt. These are two artists who I have followed for a very long time. And despite their subject matter and overall catalogs being completely different, they have always been compared in talks about the best rapper of the generation.
No one in their right senses will consider. Look. These are two different people. What are you people doing? This is two different people. Kendrick is a lyricist. Yeah, he got fire on the pen. He can whip out his pad and write rhymes in a day. Release diss tracks in hours. Drake isn't that person. Drake just makes hit songs. Hit after hit after hit. Even Kendrick can't do that. He oh my god, he hasn't made a hit song in 8 years. Shit, he hasn't made a song in 8 years. Drake has how many songs on Billboard? Nah, y'all are trolling me, bro. If you think Kendrick is bigger or better than Drake just because he knows how to write a couple of rhymes,
Or the best rapper alive.
He is the underdog that's extremely hungry, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it was you that was like, is Kendrick Lamar your biggest competition like in this generation or whatever? Yeah. And I think that Kendrick has like the utmost potential, man.
It should be noted here that people used to say the big three rappers were Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. But recently Mr. Fulton Close went and etched his own face off of that monument of rap, but that really might have been in his best interest. Apparently Schoolboy Q made the call to J. Cole's flip phone. Either way, Kendrick really did not like the big three buddy-buddy ending to this rap fairy tale. He did not want to be involved in First Person Shooter, the single on their little friendship tape. Kendrick said F that, it ain't the big three, it's big me. Then of course J. Cole would infamously reply, or really apologize.
And I know this is not what a lot of...
This right here broke my heart. But now I get it. You know, everybody's saying, yeah, we get why Kendrick apologized. But still, bro, you fired the first shots. You opened game field set. Everything was ready. And you apologize, man. But I get it, bro. I get it. I'm not happy about it because this would have been a 3-way battle. Turned into a 2-way square. We still got the fire we wanted square, but still we needed Drake on that joint, bro. But that's not the kind of person he is. We all know he just be riding his bike. J. Cole just want to live life, bro. He's not the kind of person to be doing that back and forth Kendrick and Drake was doing. Nah, he's not petty and he's not violent. So like he had no situation being in that beef.
A lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? In my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I spiritually feel bad on me. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone?
I mean, he up there.
The message was loud and clear that he should bow out gracefully before he got caught in the lethal crossfire. Go ride your bike, J. Cole, because this has gotten nasty. I'm talking about babies with best friends, Drake Steen allegations. The pot has boiled over, my people. I think a lot of people knew going into this that Drake would be fighting an uphill battle. Yes, he's obviously the more popular artist, but he also has a lot more haters. And when it comes to Kendrick, everything about his career has been so masterfully crafted and planned that you know...
Oh, please. The 8 years Broski decided to vanish from the entire entire industry. That was masterfully planned. You niggas need to wake up and see that this man doesn't care as much as y'all make it seem like he cares. He doesn't care. I don't know why he came back this time. Bro, Drake literally said it. We only talk about him when it's time for him to diss someone. Yes, he's a god on the pen. No one is arguing that. Eminem's a god on the pen too. But why no one has really asked, why did Kendrick come out of hiding after how many years? After so long, he just popped off and started dissing people? Makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Because J. Cole said we are the big three. Nigga, you are lucky you got included in that list. You haven't been here. So that position should be vacant. Or better still, taken by someone else. And you still got mad you were in the list with J. Cole and Drake? How many albums has Drake put out since you've been gone? How many hit songs? How many people have he put on? How many people has he given #1 spots? Like, come on, man.
He was gonna come into this battle prepared. Drake, on the other hand, seems more sporadic, more all over the place. He's had more scandals. It's kind of like Drake has been living out boyish fantasy after boyish fantasy.
It's obvious Jamari isn't a Drake fan, but square.
Changing identities every year for the last decade.
What happened today, baby? What happened to Kyrie today, man?
I did what Kobe did in Game 7 against the Celtics.
Not to say that either one is coming out of this beef squeaky clean smelling like roses, because like I said, it's gotten nasty. But Kendrick came out and straight up punched Drake in the face with this song Euphoria. Then he baited him with the Timestamp song, knocked him down on the canvas with Meet the Grams after Drake thought he had a good round, and then Not Like Us is just Kendrick dancing on his grave. And don't get me wrong guys, Drake's Family Matters diss was great, but so was Takeover by Jay-Z. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good it was because Kendrick immediately buried it with some scathing accusations a mere 20 minutes after it dropped. I bet.
Oh, nigga. Jamari, you're pissing me off now. You're pissing me off, man. I usually agree with shit you say, but nah. It's clear as day you were a Kendrick fan, bro. It's clear as day you don't bop to Drake. I heard. Square. No holla, no problems. But hey, the fact of the matter is Drake won. Kendrick can write all the bars, all the entendres he wants to write. They baited you, my boy. They played you for a fool. They planted information and you fell.
Drake thought he could finally lay back at the end of the night and it all be sweet, probably start again all loaded up, placed a couple of bets, and then Kendrick came in swinging and attacked his family and reputation on one track, comparing the man to the likes of Weinstein and Karl Malone to name a few. And with Drake's long history of questionable activity with minors, people began resurfacing a ton of clips and pictures and strange tweets. Just watch as a 14 to 15-year-old Millie Bobby Brown explains her relationship with the then 32-year-old Drake and how they met.
I met Drake in an Australian hotel. I was touring and he was touring too, and honestly his managers just came up to my dad and said, Drake loves the show, come to his show tonight. And I was like, are you joking me? Drake? He wants to see me? And I was like, okay, we're going. So I got my outfit prepared, I went there, and he was such a fanboy, and I was such a fangirl that honestly we text all the time now. He helps me with...
Nigga, you guys are deep in it. Oh my God, you all are deep in it too much. Stranger Things was a hit. When Millie was 14, I think I was older. I was definitely older. Whatever. If I see Millie Bobby Brown, bro, I'd go crazy. Stranger Things was a hit. I see Millie Bobby Brown, I'ma go crazy. And she was younger. I'm not going crazy because I want to do something. I want to be on some Predator nonsense. Nah. I'm going crazy because I don't see a person on a show I really quit. You get me? And I'm like, hey, yo, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of your character. You were an amazing actor. Never in my life did I think I'd get to see you, but hey, I saw you. Yours is weird deep in this shit, bro. Yours is weird.
Everything, like just life lessons. And we went to dinner afterwards, and we had dinner the next day, and then we met in Sydney.
I don't know about y'all, but that's some weird shit to me for a 32-year-old man to want to wine and dine a 14-year-old inviting
Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. I'm done with this video, man.
her to his shows. And then to be straight up texting her like direct communication is even more out of pocket, but it somehow gets worse.
I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more."
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys, he helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
Got your ass.
I mean, seriously, what the hell was that? I mean, to be fair, both of these guys have alleged some absolutely disgusting things against each other, and so far neither of them has really shown any evidence. And I do feel like if someone could still come forward with proof of what they say, I think that would automatically give them the W and make the other person look really foolish.
Guess who doesn't have proof? Kendrick Lamar. Sprouting nonsense, all his disses. Sprouting nonsense every single track he dropped. At least Drake put it out there. The cover photo of the last diss. He said, "Why is you all the way in New York and your family?"
What's this?
Drake gave reasons why he said what he said. All Kendrick did was said what he said. Y'all's GOAT. Y'all's GOAT. Accused Drake of having an 11-year-old kid when he was fed the information. Haha. Y'all's are jokes, man.
Piece of shit. What's this?
Do you guys realize that Kendrick got him to take the bait 3 different times? First with the Like That single, he knew that Drake's ego could not handle hearing It's Just Big Me. Kendrick knew that record was also hot enough to get Future in the mix, and that it would climb to the charts quickly, which is already him beating Drake at his own numbers game. Then of course he's scared.
Jesus, how? Drake, because he got one number one? Oh, he got one number one. Let us praise Kendrick. One number one in 8 years, yay! Nigga, shut up.
J. Cole so much he left the lobby. Then Drake responds by calling Kendrick a midget with small feet, while also mentioning his wife Whitney by name. Still, people like the record. Of course they clowned Kendrick. He then waited a few weeks to plan out his response, and dropped the Euphoria record, where for the first time ever he would call Drake out by name. This song was really him showing off his entire range, people really loved it, and it was making quite the buzz on social media, which is once again Drake's game. And so Drake takes a couple of days, which people force DJ Academics to count, and he eventually comes through with a long response, where he chooses to address several people like Rick Ross and A$AP Rocky. But of course the main person that people cared about him addressing was Kendrick. Well, Drake ended up calling him out for beating on his wife, and also claimed that she cheated on Kendrick and had a baby with his right-hand man Dave Free. Drake even went out and got the Good Kid Mad City van just to crush it for his music video. But here is where Kendrick actually trapped him in the corner, because only 20 minutes later he would release Meet the Grams, stomping all over Drake's actually very good record where he...
The Meet the Grams... Oh, Jesus. No, I'm going to assume he recorded this video, or at least scripted it, before Drake dropped the last diss. Before the entire... because if he later mentions it, he did what with Meet the Grams? I'm sorry, he did what with Meet the Grams? Nigga, wake up and see the lights. Kendrick got beat by a pop star. Kendrick Lamar got beat by a pop star. That's what he called him, huh? He got beat by a pop star. Tell me some. He stomped Drake. Nigga, please clown yourself. Please clown yourself. Let him come out. Where he been since the last diss track? Where has your goat been since the last diss? Where has your goat been since he started deleting photos of goddamn cover photos? Where has your goat been when Drake dropped? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Even Kendrick know he lost.
He rapped really well. I'm talking about him and his whole family catching heat, and his friends being called out as a group of bad people who prey on vulnerable women. Also claiming that Drake apparently has an 11-year-old daughter, just like when Pusha T forced Drake to reveal his son. And at first Drake would once again respond on his Instagram page saying that he needs to see this 11-year-old daughter of his. Either way, the damage had already been done. Drake fans were scrambling for answers, and then of course the following morning we would get the kill shot that had people dancing to Kendrick straight up calling him a PDF file. Then the next day Drake of course releases,
oh, so you drop, nigga, Jamari, I don't know, you dragging it, bro, you dragging it.
From the Heart 6, a play on the popular Kendrick Lamar series of songs, and this response started out somewhat strong, but it quickly derailed.
I am a war general seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals honored in decoration.
This man was ready for battle.
We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or destination, but you so thirsty you're not concerned with investigation.
So he's saying that Kendrick is full of shit, as are his allegations, and that they tricked his ass and he took the bait.
I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all the allegations?
The allegations he's talking
about. Why isn't Whitney his wife denying the allegations?
About are the same. That Kendrick's wife cheated and had a child with his friend, and that Kendrick got in trouble for putting hands on his wife, with people claiming that he hired a media team to make the story disappear. This is what Kendrick had to say about it back in an old Breakfast Club interview.
There was a shocking story about you, and I was like, there's no way this is true.
Yeah.
When they said you were in Vegas and you beat some guy bloody and you did something to some female.
Yeah.
And they said they had evidence and all of this, and then I never heard anything about it again.
Yeah, because it's foolishness. Mm-hmm. That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever heard made up.
I was like, Kendrick did that? I doubt it.
And, you know, that person who ever made that up owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get abused.
Because I was like, I'm sure if that happened, there'd have been a police report. You would have been arrested.
That's foolishness. That's ignorant.
Would he have been? Would he have even if Drake did all that? We all know he's not getting arrested. He's too big to get arrested. Until they are done with him, they wouldn't let him get arrested. His influence is too great. It's too big. It's too massive for him to get arrested. Wake up and see the game they are playing, bro. Even if Drake did all that, they would, it would later resurface when they are done with him. So you're telling me if Kendrick did what they say Kendrick did, Kendrick is as big as Drake, bro? No, nah, shut up, nah. He was as big as Drake back when he was taking this music stuff serious. He made money, he disappeared.
Dave leaving heart emojis under pics of the child. Speaking of anything with the child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit that I expected.
Like, why would you expect that? Why would you think Kendrick would be on his Chris Hansen? I don't know.
Because the internet has been saying it for the past couple of years. They've been pushing that narrative for the past couple of years. Why wouldn't you expect someone that's coming for you as a diss to use the same angle and just feed the fires of the flame? It's a classic 8 Mile tactic.
Just weird to me that he thought someone would accuse him of being a creep.
My mom came over today and I was like, mother, I. Oh, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got did.
Like, what the is this dude talking about? He's making light of sexual. He then goes on.
Oh, I'm sorry. We aren't doing that. Didn't Kendrick do the same thing? Didn't Kendrick make light of a situation he shouldn't? Stupid Kendrick fans, bro.
On to claim this is why Kendrick is calling him a predator.
Oh, me. I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. This why these file routes and shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive.
Continuing to make fun of him several times over the course of this song for getting violated as a child.
Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting.
Which didn't even happen, by the way, at least according to the song that Drake is referencing here. Kendrick does have a record on his last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, called Mother I Sober. It is the climax of the soundtrack, the song the whole album really builds up to. Mr. Morale in general is a serious record that covers a lot of sensitive topics. In the song, Kendrick tells that one of his cousins was violating people in his family, and his mother questioned him whether he had been violated himself.
Family ties, they accused my cousin. Did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't.
Kendrick explicitly states here that he was not touched, and the real message is that his mother was paranoid and thought there was no way it could not have happened due to trauma from her past where she was violated herself. Drake not only misinterprets this lyric, but also uses it as some sort of own. Like, read the room, dude, look what you're being accused of. And then more cringe.
Look what Kendrick is being accused of. Look at what Kendrick is being accused of. Look at what Kendrick is being accused of. Assault.
Ensues because I've never heard anyone have to rap about
y'all know how to downplay it. Y'all know how to downplay it when it's in favor, when it's against Kendrick. Y'all know how to downplay it. This man accused Kendrick Lamar of beating on his wife and then covering up that fact. Think about it. Not saying Drake's allegations are any less, but think about it. Y'all make it seem like, oh, there is no way Kendrick would have done that. Like you live with him. Like you know him personally. Wake up.
Being a predator. I mean, the fact that Kendrick backed him into that corner and put him on the defense is monumental in why he's winning this battle.
Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was f***ing young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for that shit you just suggested.
Which is just an insane thing to say, considering the more powerful and famous you are, the more you can get away with this nasty shit.
Look, so why are we ignoring the fact that Kendrick could have done and gotten away with what he done? I know y'all are gonna hate this video because I paused too much, but this nigga is talking BS, man. He's a classic Kendrick fan. I've seen a lot of them on the internet recently, bro. I've seen a lot of them on the internet, bro. He's making no points. He is making points and then going around to defend Kendrick and then ruining the point at the same time. Sigh.
Look at the countless examples of weirdos in the entertainment industry.
Drake is...
And you somehow think Kendrick didn't beat his wife? Woohoo! I'm sorry, Kendrick's such a saint.
It's not a name that you gonna see on no offender list.
No, it would be Aubrey Graham.
Only f***ing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager.
And people called this a guilty conscience coming to light, as Kendrick had never name-dropped Millie Bobby Brown, or said stranger things, or any allusion to this being who he was exactly talking about when it came to a minor.
If he talks about it, there's a problem. If he doesn't address it, there's a problem. What do y'all want, man? I'm sorry, what do you want him to do? He addressed it directly. Kendrick has name-dropped Millie Bobby Brown so much. Drake eventually addresses it directly. And that is still a problem. If he ignored it, guess what they're gonna say? They're going to say, oh, why didn't he deny the allegations? He denied every other thing. Why didn't he reference the Millie Bobby Brown situation and deny those allegations? That should tell you something. Yours as clowns, get a fucking life.
Obviously, the Drake being a creep rumor started back when she said they were close and texting when she was only 14, as I showed you earlier. Personally, I don't think any father should be comfortable with their teenage daughter being in direct contact with someone 17 years older than herself. And there's several other instances where Drake is seen being quite peculiar with young women.
With this picture, the girl came out and addressed it. What is y'all gonna say then? Oh, I know what y'all said. Y'all came on the internet and said, oh, Drake paid her. Dumbass folk.
But obviously nothing concrete. The rest of Drake's diss just consists of the same things he said in his Family Matters record. He also spends a minute going into a spoken word, which is just really bad. To me, this better not be the end of the battle for Drake, because this record was weak. I mean, he had no...
Classic. I like, bruh, I feel terrible releasing this video. I feel bad releasing this video because Jamari, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I thought you were someone that was fucking unbiased, bro. I thought you were going to make an unbiased compilation of what happened. But nah, you just taking Kendrick's side, innit? Kendrick, you just taking Kendrick's side. Kendrick Lamar, the Saints. Niggas, open your eyes, bro. Open your eyes and see what's right in front of you. See what's right in front of you. Drake got accused by Kendrick. Ghostwriters, square. No wahala. That has been the narrative for the past goddamn. Oh, I'm sorry. When Drake was starting off his career, did Broski have ghostwriters? Y'all should think. If he could, he can write. If he chooses not to write, that's his choice. Square. Okay. But Kendrick Lamar, who writes his own stuff, got fed wrong information and he put it out and felt like a boss. Oh, let me tell you how much of a boss he felt like. He put it out on Instagram first. He put a snippet to tease people. And I listened to that and I was like, is this a diss? And then he dropped the full thing. I was like, oh, this is the diss. And I'm going to keep it a buck. When I heard that, I was like, you know what? Maybe Kendrick has won this entire situation. But then we started realizing that Drake actually baited him with proof, and there was proof that Drake baited this man.
No choice but to more or less defend himself, but this was bad. I mean, Drake fans everywhere dropped to their knees after hearing this one. Because at least in the court of public opinion, Drake has already been crowned the loser, which is a position we've never seen him in before. And the craziest thing about this beef to me is that Drake is the one who actually welcomed Kendrick into the game back in the early 2010s, as he gave him that major placement on his album Take Care. And it really is crazy to me how prophetic that song now is. Okay, so the song is called Buried Alive, and it's about Kendrick learning about and adjusting to fame through the lens of Drake walking him through the industry door.
I'm in the matter of man, arm wrestling hands. I was dope when I said the music business was all I needed. When I got, I was greeted by an alien that said last year that she slept with a Canadian that gave him an addiction that'd keep him in Mercedes-Benz.
Here he's already talking about Drake and his lust for material possession and women. This person who greets him probably wants Kendrick to follow a similar fate.
My vice is similar. Women love when you're my type and you're winning from everything that you palm right. Put her in the Palms Hotel, Sin City, Devil in dress, platinum Chanel. Live the ambiance all cause the audience said one day I would do it. So instead of a verse being read, I'ma go and get some head off the strength of my music.
Fame is making Kendrick a degenerate and turning him away from his religion. It's hard to not become a different person once your ego finally gets massaged.
Same day we say we in the area cruising in Toronto. Hit me on my cellular, I thought he was gonna sell me a false word like the rappers I know. Sat down with a few drinks located where you can't see us. A white waitress on standby when we need her.
Drake picks up Kendrick and takes him around to industry people, showing him the fast life of fame and women.
Felt like the initiation, a reality living in the matrix. We talked casually about the industry and how the women be the tastemakers for the shit he making. Then he said he was the same age as myself and didn't help cause it made me even more rude and impatient.
Kendrick now lusts for what Drake has, and is jealous because he has accomplished more at the same age. This only further pushes his envy and hunger for more fame and notoriety.
So blame it on Mr. OVOXO, the reason why I'm breathing all the vanity I know. The reason why my best friend say she love me more than life, but I live a double life, I need to let it go. The reason why the highlight was when he said you belong to the people when you outside. So dig a show full of money, full of power, full of pussy, full of fame, and bury yourself alive. Then I died.
Kendrick literally just laid out the life that he could have had if he went the same direction as Drake. Because at the time, they were both still very green with wide eyes, and Drake really steered full force into fame and a lust for all things that people crave, while Kendrick really fought the temptation and stayed as humble and normal as possible.
Talk about a glazer! Talk about a glazer! The only person you could ever tell me that stayed humble is J. Cole, and even him faltered a little bit at a certain point. He said it multiple times. Jamari just glazing. You just put it, zip it up when you're done. Zip it up when you're done, Jamari. Jeez.
Possible. He's just always been the more calculated artist. Yes, Drake has of course been bigger. Like I said, he's the biggest pop star of our generation.
Stop calling him a fucking pop star and everyone wants to work with him, bro. He's a pop star and everybody wants to, he keeps giving people's number one. How many people has Kendrick given number ones? Huh? How many number ones has he had? How many top 100 has he had? Pop star. Pop star. Wow.
I knew when it came down to a
Do y'all like to deny the fact that numbers matter when it's time to compare those numbers for Kendrick? Because you know for a fact he can't step it up. He's not on that level yet. Even Nicki Minaj does better numbers. Lil Wayne, old as hell, does more numbers than Kendrick.
Was gonna outthink the other, it would likely be Kendrick. I'm sure a lot of you disagree with me. I definitely want to know down below in the comments. I know it's gonna be a war zone, because I feel like this has been one of those things where almost no one is just neutral. Obviously, both men have gone really far to kind of stretch the truth in these situations. And if anyone can come forward with some undeniable, concrete proof of their allegations, that might flip this whole thing around and Drake could come back and win. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video.
I'm gonna check out the comments, bro. Jamari, you just pissed me off, man. I never expected this one from you, bro. Haters, haters, haters. Haters, haters, haters. Haters, 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 haters. Oh my god, bro. When the Spotify raps come around this year, I'm noting all of you down. I'm noting every single one of you down. Let me see anybody with Drake on their top 5.